Car dealerships have been a staple of the automotive industry for decades. From flashy showrooms to pushy salespeople, they've long been a part of the car buying experience. But with the rise of electric vehicles and the shift to online sales, the traditional dealership model is starting to change. As electric cars become more popular and the sales process shifts towards online purchases, many automakers are reevaluating the conventional dealership model, and it's exposing some ugly truths about the industry. For many years, the traditional dealership model has been the primary way that automakers sell their vehicles. Dealerships buy cars from manufacturers at a wholesale price and then sell them to their consumers at a higher retail price. The dealership makes a profit on the difference between the wholesale and retail prices. Additionally, dealerships earn money by selling service contracts, financing, and other add-ons to the customers. Some dealerships are still making consumers pay over MSRP on new vehicles, but now these dealerships are being forced to lower their prices. So, what is the real reason behind it? Join us as we delve deeper into this debating topic of why and how these dealerships have become more and more greedy as the new age of electric vehicles dawns upon us. In the month of December 2022, the cost of an average new non-luxury car was around $45,578 US. This recorded a new high with a monthly increase of $994 US. The record-breaking high prior to this one occurred in August 2022. On top of this, around 270,000 trucks were sold in December for the first time since the spring of 2021, and the average price of a new pickup exceeded $59,000 US. Absurdly high prices of non-luxurious cars have totally bombed the automotive market. For example, let us consider the recently released Ford F-Series. Estimates from Kelley Blue Book indicate that the average price of a new F-Series is well into the luxury range at $66,451 US. Car dealers have attributed this price crisis to rising gas prices and increased vehicle production costs caused by the chip shortage. But now that these issues are easing, we're still far from seeing a car price change, and that's mainly because dealers have refused to reduce car prices in order to maximize their profit. According to a survey by Cox Automotive, 61% of consumers believe that the price they pay for a new car is too high. As automakers chase behind top-notch companies like Tesla and their high-end profit margins, they face an existential question: how to best bring franchised auto dealers along with them as they transition to EVs. Some eminent companies like General Motors are asking luxury dealers to get into EVs or go out of business, while others, such as Ford Motor, offer different levels of EV certification to dealers. Many automakers or OEMs recognize the need to change their sales processes to keep up with the growing industry, but sadly, most of them don't know how to do it. Michael Alford, president of the National Automobile Dealers Association, a trade association representing more than 16,000 new franchise dealers in the U.S., told CNBC, "I think we all build our airplanes as they fly. Depending on the OEM, the complicated relationships between automakers and franchise dealers are supported by laws in many states that make it challenging to operate franchise dealerships and sell new cars directly to consumers. Still, most renowned companies avoid and bypass these restrictions through loopholes to save money. Automakers and franchise dealers both want to be successful. Although they are separate businesses that depend on each other to make a profit, they both want to maximize their profit. Dealers rely on automakers to supply them with inventory to fill and move off their lots, while automakers depend on dealers to sell and service cars as well as act as to attend to every personal need of their customers. Car dealerships, both small and large, will need to invest in new staff training, infrastructure improvements, and significant store renovations to sell, service, and charge EVs. The scale of the dealer will determine the cost of those upgrades, which could range from thousands to millions of dollars. As expected, dealers would want to ensure that their investments in these upgrades will be profitable. However, Ford has faced significant resistance from its dealers over its EV push. Dealers have raised concerns over the certification program, which can cost over $1 million per store depending on the size of the dealership. Some dealers have claimed that the program violates franchise rules and are suing the Detroit automaker over their claims. In December 2022, 4 New York dealers filed a lawsuit against the manufacturer. while 27 dealerships in Illinois protested in front of the state's Motor Vehicle Review Board. Despite these challenges, some Ford dealers like Mark McKeever, a Ford dealer in the Kansas City area, have signed up for the highest level of EV certification at their dealership. However, they still have concerns about the cost and timeline of the program. He expressed his concerns, stating that he believed everyone was worried about the situation and that by the time they received the vehicles, they would already be outdated and require upgrading or replacing. Ford has set 5 requirements that dealers must adhere to in order to maintain their good standing if they choose to sell Ford EVs. These requirements include transparent, non-negotiable pricing, investment in charging infrastructure, employee training, and improved vehicle purchasing and ownership experiences for customers both online and in person. As more automakers introduce EVs, they are reevaluating the sales process, which includes selling vehicles mostly or entirely online. The automotive industry is currently undergoing a significant shift, with more and more automakers embracing online sales for a substantial portion of their business. Tesla was one of the first companies to adopt this approach, though it still maintains physical dealerships, websites, and service centers. As the industry moves toward online sales, it could limit the role of dealerships to processing, maintenance, and delivery centers rather than holding large lots of vehicles to sell to customers. Despite the shift toward online sales, the franchise system remains in place for EVs by traditional automakers, according to Cox Automotive Executive Analyst Michelle Krebs. However, automakers are exploring ways to tweak the system to be more competitive while still working with dealers as partners who can provide strategic advances in sales and maintenance-related matters. Despite the benefits of online sales, dealers will still play a crucial role in the automotive industry. They shall provide valuable services such as maintenance and repair work, which can be challenging for automakers to replicate. Additionally, dealerships offer a physical location for customers to view and test drive vehicles, which remains an essential part of the car buying process for many consumers. Several automakers have also begun to explore online sales, including General Motors, which announced in 2021 that it would launch an online sales platform in addition to its traditional dealership network. The platform would allow customers to complete most of the car buying process online, from configuration to financing, with the option to pick up the vehicle at a dealership or have it delivered to their home. Similarly, Ford has been testing online sales in select markets since 2019 and has plans to expand the program in the future. The company's Ford Blue Advantage program allows customers to buy new and used vehicles online, with the option to pick up the car at a dealership or have it delivered to their home. The program also offers additional perks such as extended warranties and free maintenance services. Even luxury automakers like Porsche are getting in on the trend. Another one of the automakers leading the charge is Mercedes-Benz, which announced in 2021 that it had reached an agreement with its European dealers to transition to a direct sales model. Britta Seeger, head of sales at Mercedes-Benz, stated that the goal was to sell more than half of Mercedes vehicles in Europe through agencies by the end of 2023. The agency concept involves selling cars directly to customers without the involvement of traditional dealerships. The model was initially tested in pilot programs in Austria, Sweden, and South Africa, and went live in the UK on January 1, 2023, accompanied by an extravagant marketing campaign targeted at customers. Germany will follow in the coming months. They generate profits from the margin on sold vehicles, but the margins may change based on the terms of the individual customer negotiations. The agency model transfers much of these costs to the automakers. The revenue from after sales, as well as a fixed fee per car sold, would go to dealers. They would earn less per car sold, but make up the difference by foregoing high inventory and marketing costs. However, despite these moves towards online sales, many automakers still value their dealership networks and view them as essential partners in the sales process. As Mamadou Diallo of American Honda noted, the goal is not to bypass dealers, but to provide customers with more convenient options while still working with dealers to provide sales, service, and support. As such, the shift towards direct sales is likely to be gradual, with many automakers taking a cautious approach to avoid alienating their dealer partners. However, as technology continues to transform the industry, it is clear that the automotive retail landscape is changing rapidly. and the future dealerships may look very different from those of today. So what do you think about these developments? Let us know in the comments section if you plan on visiting a dealership soon. Do like and subscribe to our channel for videos about EVs, Tesla, Ford, and the latest tech news.